Good morning, super friends, and welcome to the Monday, July 6th edition of the Sacred News and Weather. We almost had a disaster because I think my headset was recording across the room and I didn't recognize it. And I closed my eyes to start channeling a message and I heard you're not recording. And I was like, no, I'm recording. And then I realized, oh, my microphone is not picking up. So crisis averted. I am deeply grateful to have you here. I think this is my last message from Auntie B's bedroom, guest room. But maybe I'll squeak one in tomorrow before we leave to head back to California. So as with everything I do, please take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and know that these messages are timeless. So if you're tuning in real time on Monday, July 6th, awesome. If you're tuning in at some later date, know that there's likely going to be something here for you. If you are not finding yourself, go ahead and turn me off. Scroll down below. There's tons more messages where this one came from, and there will be many more to come. All right, I don't have a pre-planned direction that we're going in, which has kind of been the theme of my vacation. I'm like, I'm just going to show up and see where we go. And that is what I'm going to do today. I will say we had a magnificent thunderstorm here on the 4th of July, and that broke the heat. And so today it's actually raining, it's cool, it's lovely, and we are going to go to a museum. That's on the menu for today's rainy day. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And I'm going to put it over here. Excellent. And I am going to go ahead and close my eyes and I'm going to see where we go. First thing I'm hearing, besides the rain on the rooftop and on the windows, is you're keeping yourself small. You're keeping yourself too small. You're keeping yourself too small. I can see where there's a feeling of like grippiness, of control, and it's as if spirit is wanting you to like look up and see what is outside your window. And by what is outside your window, I don't mean what is outside your literal window, but like what is outside the very limited vision that you are allowing yourself to experience right now. I can see where like we're all kind of in like the tiny houses of our own controlling is what I just heard. The feeling is that we are keeping ourselves very small and reined in out of what? Out of fear of the unknown, out of fear of losing control. I'm seeing where it is very light outside. Like I'm seeing where like the feeling is that like outside of this box of tight control, this very like dark, and when I say dark, I don't mean like dark bad. I mean like it almost has the essence of like Imaila, of pre-creation, of like the fertile darkness, like almost as if we have needed to go into a cocoon space in order to know, know thyself, to know who we are, to know what is here. But there's a distinct feeling of, okay, you have known what is here for a really long time, and you are intentionally keeping yourself small under the guise of keeping yourself safe. And the light that is outside, it's like there's this big, beautiful light blue cloud, poofy, happy cloud sky outside. And it's like your spirit knows it. It's as if your heart knows it and it is being called to go outside. Your heart knows that it wants to go out beyond the boundary of this tiny little space that you have created for yourself, this tiny little dark space. It also has the feeling of like a seed reaching for the light and then being like, not going up, not going up, out of fear of getting like stomped on. The feeling is it doesn't want to burst through the soil, even though it knows that it's like designed to burst through the soil. It is designed for much greater things. It is designed to become this big, beautiful fruiting vine, this big, beautiful, gorgeous plant. It is designed, you're designed for so much more than where you are allowing yourself to be right now, but you feel like you are under control. And what I'm hearing is that you are under forced control? Forced control. What does that mean? I don't, maybe I feel like that might be for a very specific person. Forced control. Forced control feels like it feels like it's from an outside source. So for some of you, you are being kept small from something outside of yourself or from the fear of something outside of yourself. But what I'm hearing is that is actually a myth. That is actually an untruth that you're telling yourself. You are telling yourself right now that because of everything that is going on around you and because of everything that has been going on outside of your little box of comfort, outside of your little like seed pod or outside of this fertile soil, you have this belief that what is outside of here from here is much scarier. It is like the world that happens to you as opposed to the world that you control. But what I'm seeing so clearly is that Spirit's like, dude, open the door, open up the windows, let the light in, stick your head out the window. There is so much more available to you than what you are allowing yourself to have in this very moment. And I can hear underneath it, I can hear underneath, like, what if I lose it all? Like, what if I let myself out and I get a taste of what that outside feels like, and then I lose it all and I have to go back in the box. And you're being asked to really let that go. The box that you have been keeping yourself in, it has served its purpose, it has served its cause, it has allowed for you to heal, it has allowed for you to know and nourish yourself, but now you're just holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back from all of the abundance, from all of the love, from all of the fruitfulness, from all of the creativity, from all of the fertility that is available out to you out in this blue sky, sun shining place. And the control that you have here is false control. I feel like this is a difficult concept for people to understand because we, in the way that we were raised, in the patriarchy, in the culture that we were raised, in the families that we were raised in, even in some of the wounding that we carry from past lives, we are taught that we actually have some control, and it's a lie. It's a bullshit lie. We don't actually have any control. So whatever control you're feeling in here that is keeping you small, that is keeping you tended, like seemingly tended, but you're not tending your hearth. You're tending, like you're managing. It feels like this. It feels like I live like this, and what I have control. I have control. And really what you're being invited to do is like open up your heart, open up your chest, allow love to come all the way in, allow love to move all the way through. And I know that it's scary because where there is love, there is always the fear of loss. But what Spirit wants you to know is where there is love, there is more love. It is a lie. It is a lie, just like the lie of control, that we have any control. It is a lie that there will be that. Well, okay, I'm going to clarify. There will be more loss because life and love and healing and growth comes from death and rebirth. We cannot be reborn if we don't die first. And sometimes things that die off are things that we loved, things that we thought we loved, things that we thought we needed. But when things are dying off, when things are leaving, when relationships are ending, when jobs are ending, when friendships are ending, when a one way of life and living is ending, you're being invited to trust that these endings are for you because there is a new beginning. And in the new beginning, there's going to be so much more love. There's going to be so much more abundance. There's going to be so much more growth. But you have to come out of your tiny little box and step into the light. What I'm hearing is, I'm hearing the words of my Spanish teacher, not Spanish language teacher, but my teacher who resides in Spain, Ana Otero. And Anna likes to talk about how we sometimes fear our own radiance more than we fear our darkness. So we will keep ourselves in the dark. We will keep ourselves small because we are afraid of our true radiance. We are almost afraid that our light is going to overwhelm us and overwhelm others. And I know this fear oh so well. It's why I've kept myself as small as I have for most of my adult life. But now it is time for all of you, for all of us, to step into the light and to let the light move through you and trust that that light is infinite. There's this feeling of, if I release all of my light, if I let my light shine, if I let the light shine down on me, it's going to run out and I'm going to be back in the dark again. I know this. I know this feeling of, I've let the light in, I've let the love in, and it feels so good, but I know what's coming on the other side of it. It is loss. And Spirit wants you to know that this is a new cycle. I'm seeing the world followed by the fool. I'm seeing the world, which is the end of one cycle and the beginning of the next, and the fool, which is like not someone who is unwise, but the wise fool, the one who knows, who trusts the universe, who trusts Spirit, and will step out of the threshold and into this new realm, into this new world, into the light for all that is available to him or her or them. Trust. You're being invited to trust today, to come out of this dark box, to let that seed sprout up toward the light, and to trust that it is for you and that you are not going to be crushed. You are not going to lose. You are only going to gain more love, more abundance, more peace, more security, and more healing and wholeness for where your soul is meant to be in this world. And that is what I have for us today. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and share and subscribe and hype. Tell your friends, come and see me. I don't know that I'm going to be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's a travel day, but we do have a later departure time, and I don't have a wake to go to on the other side of my arrival. So if I can be here, I will. But if you don't see me, know it's because I'm traveling with 2 kids and a dog clear across the country. But I will be thinking of you and wishing you well. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye bye.